Okay, Weedcap Radio, bong hits and cameos, that's a perfect ratio. Yeah, let's get high and watch a movie, blowing bomb haze. Me and my fiance, Weedcap all day. Let's get high and watch a movie.
Oh, welcome back to Weedcap Radio. I'm your host, Caleb. With me, as always, my fiance, Lauren. Lauren, say hello to the folks at home.
Hey.
And then say hello to our very special guest, returning again. It's the return of the crack, Mr. Crack Amico.
Thank you, guys. It's good to be back.
Dude, it's great to have you. How you been, man?
Oh, pretty good. Just living the life of a Wigger podcast rapper. Everything's going good. Can't complain. It's always on the up and up. You know, Christmas time right around the corner.
Best time of the year,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
And you got to be, I mean, like, as a Wigger podcast rapper, is there any better time of the year? Because, you know, I don't know how to say this, but like Christmas music and rap music, the instrumentals, there's a lot of overlap with the bells, the whistles, the general jovialness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there. And you know, like Run DMC always had like Christmas music popping off. It's like Christmas was almost intertwined with the birth of rap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of people say that, you know, Jesus Christ himself was a metaphor for hip hop music. So it all kind of works out, you know?
Jesus definitely had the bars. Say what you will about him, you know, but he had the bars.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm Christ Gang personally. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, look, if anything at all, he definitely, so he had disciples, so he had followers, he had fans, and then you flip it on the other side, and he's got some beef. Like, he was probably the inventor of beef.
Dude, nobody wanted to see Jesus win.
Yeah, dude, they were trying to keep him down. And that kind of goes back to maybe Jesus was black because he's always trying to be kept down.
Yeah.
Yo, how was Skankfest? Before we get into everything, how was it?
Oh, it was fucking great, dude. This was my fourth one, and I can honestly say it was, to me at least, by far the best one. The venue was spectacular. It wasn't in the middle of downtown Vegas, which I guess the Vegas one wasn't in the middle of it, but it was still like, unless you get through the doors of the venue at the Vegas one, you're still with other people that aren't Skankfest people.
Sure.
And especially in that area, there's some rough folks over there. Not to say that there's not in New Orleans, but it just felt like the venue was just off the beaten path. Like, you get once you get within like 3 minutes maybe walking distance of the New Orleans one, everybody you're seeing is there for Skankfest. It's kind of just off on its own. So I like that it was kind of isolated like that. And I felt great the whole time. Sometimes when I travel, I tend to get sick, or I'll get migraines, or I won't sleep well. I'll be dehydrated, but I felt good the whole time. So that was great. I saw a lot of shows. There were a lot of unique shows. There weren't too many stages, so it was easier to decide what you wanted to go see. And great shows, great comedians, great time, man. Couldn't have had a better fucking time.
Let me ask you this. When you're referencing the people in Vegas, and you said you were kind of rubbing up with people who weren't there for Skankfest, are we talking like tropical shirt cankle tourists, or are we talking like meth desert people?
Both, honestly. That's
a lot of
none of them were good.
Okay.
You had all ranges of everybody. At one point that you saw was a tourist, and you got to see the different stages of being a tourist in Vegas, which they all probably started in the nice part of Vegas, and they, by some sort of natural selection, they were weeded out to the shittiest part, which is downtown Vegas. And you saw people who had maybe just showed up and they could only afford downtown Vegas. So yeah, you had the Hawaiian shirt people walking around, taking pictures, getting drunk. And then you got the guys who have been there for months to years now, and are just literally dying in the desert with no water.
They're going through a divorce and they don't even know it. Like the lawyer, like they can't find him to serve them papers and shit.
Yeah, just off the face of the planet. Nobody knows where they're at. And in NOLA, you know, you have the riffraff, but it's almost like fun. It's like spooky. It's magical. I mean spooky in like the normal sense of the word that you mean. but it's like fun. The whole thing is fun. And in Vegas, it's just very, very depressing. Like there's like parents that are making their children be street performers and shit. It just feels very demonic. And there's something about being in the desert that, just every vegetable or fruit you're eating was brought in from somewhere else because it can't even grow in this godless place that you're in. It just wasn't, something was not right about it.
I feel that. I heard like,
and it was still a great time, not to besmirch Skankfest Vegas. I had a great time. It was still probably the best part of my year, but it was very,
it was the scenery that was a problem.
Right.
It was the accoutrements.
Just some things that could have been better. And that's what they did this year. They made those things better.
I heard, I've never been to Vegas because I refuse to get on an airplane. I'm terrified of airplanes, but I do know that like Vegas kind of works like a reverse, like Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever the fuck. Like, you know how like in those games, like it closes in towards the end, but like you go to Vegas and you start like on the strip. And then as you continue to lose money, the circle kind of expands. And like, next thing you know, you're like, I don't know, in like a Denny's at like 3 p.m. and you have no money and you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay for your meal.
Yeah, I had the benefit, which I thought it would have been a detriment, but it ended up being a benefit of I quit boozing and doing coke and shit. Like years before I started going to Skankfest. So I knew I wasn't going to be taken under by any of these vices. And everybody there that's there for Skankfest typically has a job to do and shit. But I can only imagine if you're one of the Skanks fans that, you gather up all your money you can save from your KFC job or whatever the fuck you're doing, and you go to Skankfest, and then just every vice in the world is around you at your disposal. It's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be tough. But I'll be honest, I heard probably like 70% of what you said there because I kind of latched on to the thing where you said you don't fly. Now I can understand. I have the same fear, and every time I get on a plane, I'm terrified. The only thing I still do to this day, I might have talked about it last time, but I still smoke weed a little bit. I'm smoking right now, but I don't even smoke or take edibles when I'm about to fly or anything because I'm scared enough as it is. So I understand, but that's interesting, especially as a comedian that you avoid flying. Have you ever flown before?
No, dude. It's my biggest fear. My biggest thing is it's like, okay, if I get in a car, I can pull over whenever I want. But I know as soon as they lock those doors on that fucking plane, the second that I want to get off, it's going to be a felony. Like once they lock that door, I'm going to be on CNN if I want to get off this plane. You know what I mean? Like you have to make a scene and you got to get arrested. It's like I can't get over like once they lock the door. Like Lauren, you flew to Kansas City recently.
Yeah.
Had no problems.
No.
But the whole time I'm like, I was like tracking her flight on like that flight radar. Cause I'm like, I don't know, man. I see the people who like, I know someone who works at an airport and it's terrifying. You know what I mean?
I agree with 100% of what you're saying. That's all very logical, rational and reasonable. But yeah, it's like you said, and the more time goes on, it's not like it's like the 90s anymore. And well, I mean, I guess after the 90s is when that tragedy happened. But then beyond that, it's like the further you go to Chipotle and they don't even talk to you. Like they can't even get your order right and I know these are like lower tier places, but it seems like everywhere you go nowadays, it's like you're talking to a computer and you're thankful that you are, because they're somehow more versed to assist you in whatever you're trying to get than the person who is supposed to fix the computer when it's not working for you. So if you translate that to airlines and flight, something so, I mean, can go so catastrophically wrong. I understand your fear. It just seems to me most of the time unavoidable, especially like, let's say you're a comedian. If your career takes off and you got to go on the road, are you just going to go around in a bus like John Madden?
Nah,
just take a bus everywhere?
Well, dude, first of all, I fancy myself some turducken. So I could definitely see that being nice. I'd love to eat some turducken and then hop on a bus, but I don't really do stand up anymore. I used to do stand up.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to do it, and then I did it a lot. I did it to like some degree of success. Not like I blew up or anything, but like I went to Artie Lang's house. So I did a show with Sam Morril and all that shit. But like after doing it, honestly, I loved weed so much, and I still smoke weed, but like
I just want to say that's hilarious as a credit, by the way. Like they're introducing you on stage. Your next comic has been to Artie Lang's house.
Well, I did his podcast, dude. It was fucking crazy because I started talking to him on Twitter, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, come do the podcast." And I didn't have a car, so I took this dude that I knew. We drove to New Jersey. The whole time we're driving there to Hoboken, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get robbed. Like somebody's hacked Artie's Twitter or whatever. We show up to his building, we walk in, and we go up to the lady, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to see Artie Lang," and she's like, "Yeah, take a seat." And they probably thought I was there like to deliver drugs or something. And then I sit down, and I didn't know who Sam Morril was. Like this is 2016, so like he was successful, but like he wasn't the degree of successful that he is now. So like I sit down on this couch, and I'm like 2 years in at this point, and he's like, "Hey, who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm Caleb. I'm here to do Artie's podcast." He's like, "Yeah, me too." And like he was such a dick the entire time because he thought he was just doing Artie's podcast by himself. So, dude, he was like outwardly upset that me and my buddy Ryan were there. And so we had to take an elevator up, and he's like, "You might have heard of me. I just won like Laughing Skull or something like in Atlanta." And I'm like, "Oh no, I haven't heard of you, man, but that's sick. I'll like check you out." And that dude, he got like I could see the pulse in his jaw because I said I hadn't heard of him, but like I hadn't really heard of him. Like I wasn't even trying to be a dick. And then we get up there, and Artie answered his own door, bleeding from his nostril, let us into his fucking penthouse in Hoboken, overlooking the New York City skyline. And then he went into his bedroom and closed the door for maybe an hour while we're just sitting there in silence watching like Monday Night Football. It was crazy. Whoa. It was a crazy night. There was like there was a Bruce Springsteen signed guitar just like strewn about the floor. Artie was the whole time we're doing the show, he's ashing his cigarettes directly onto his floor. It was just a weird time, but I mean it was cool. But long story short, I got to the point with weed where I was more happy to stay at home and watch movies than go out and perform in front of people, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely get that.
Dude, it's hard when you've been smoking weed. It's so easy to be sober, go somewhere and smoke weed, and then like perform, as you know. But it's hard to smoke weed all day and then at 6 p.m. be like, I guess I got to drive an hour to do 5 minutes of something.
Yeah, you really gotta want it on an insane level. It seems like.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you do, and like you're driven, and that's fucking awesome. I've never had that because like I was always more into like radio, like you know, obviously Artie Lang,
the movie with the black retard Cuba Gooding Jr.
I was always more into radio, so I couldn't leave my house because I was at home watching him throw shit into a shopping cart, you know. But yeah, so I don't know. I just enjoy doing this, and we thank you for being here. And
no, well, I'll be honest, dude. I'm not even. I mean, like stand-up comedians have to, you know, they have to go like bomb for nobody for years, and then they have to bomb for more people for a few more years, and then hopefully they're good enough to. They're one of the few lucky ones that can make that shit work. Me personally, I started fucking around with like computer softwares that recorded music when I was like 14. And then I just started writing and recording shit.
Sure.
And whatever was good at the time, it all sucked compared to like what I'm doing now. But at the time it was like, oh, if this one's good enough, it goes out. And that's actually what's hard about now is like, I'm actually jealous of some of the comedians now because they get to test their material and then like drop a special or a clip or whatever. I'm just going in blind, and I put out a song and I'm like, I hope people like it, you know. But in the beginning it worked for me because like it wasn't like with me to be a rapper I had to go do open mics and have a bunch of people say you fucking suck, never do this again, and have to keep doing it. The path of resistance was a lot less than I imagined of stand up, but I'm a little bit driven. but I don't think, like from your perspective, or if I was just trying to do stand up and I had to, like you said, drive somewhere, like lose money to go do stand up for people who don't give a fuck, like a room of like just a few people, and basically feel probably one of the worst feelings for most people in the world. They would probably consider you talking into a mic in a room with people in it to no reception, and what you're trying to get is laughs and they're not giving to it. It's probably one of the worst feelings in the world. It takes a special type of person to feel that for years and be like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna make this happen. It's
a narcissist is the kind of person it takes.
Yeah.
It takes a person to go, they're all wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what dude, I did so many hell gigs. Like I used to drag Lauren.
I've been to so many.
Oh, Lauren, poor Lauren. I did 30 minutes of stand up in a 40 to 50-year-old swingers house party. And I didn't know it was like a swinger party until I got there.
They said it was karaoke.
They said it was a karaoke party. They were all like hanging all over each other. There was like a Jewish cowboy guy. This is in Pikesville, Maryland. And I show up and this dude hired me off of like Gig Salad, which was like a stand-up booking app or some shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm having a house party. And I was like, yeah, I don't really think that's going to work. And he's like, I'll pay you $100. And I'm like, that's nice. I'll be there. And then I showed up and he fucking slapped a name tag on my chest.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was rough. And then it was pretty fucked up, but no, I'm glad to not do stand up any. Like I don't even really miss it. I have my friends do stand up. One of my best friends, Parker Brown, just won the Magoobies Comedian of the Year competition. Like I admire them so much, but I just cannot make myself leave the house for it anymore. It used to be a dream of mine and now it's gone. Now my new dream is reviewing movies with my fiance and then occasionally Crack Amico.
Yeah, and it's it's like you gave that up. You found out that's not for me. That doesn't play to my strengths. It's not what I actually enjoy doing. You're trying to do what you enjoy doing, and it's not like you just gave up comedy and now you have nothing else. It's like in this day and age, it's almost it almost makes more sense. Even if you're just a funny guy, it almost makes more sense to start a stream or a show if you're trying to make some money out of the gate. You know, if your parents got some money set aside for you, or you're just cool with working a shitty job and just being broke for like 15 years, then yeah, go do like stand up open mics and hope you get good. But if not, you can make a little money. It's not going to be enough to pay the bills, but you can make some money pretty quickly just doing streams. So
yeah, I mean, look, I have my inheritance as it would be right now would be
probably a pack of cigarettes,
several glass rose stems, and like a bulk pack of Brillo, like Brillo. So
it's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not, dude.
That's true.
It's and a 1990. So that would be on my dad's side would be crack smoking accessories, and then my mom, God bless her heart, my mom's awesome. My mom is like she's like 55, dude. She smokes like Snoop Dogg.
Oh
like she smokes so much weed all day long. And if something were to happen to her, me and my brother could split her 1995 Lincoln Town Car. So, bright things are on the horizon here at Weedcap Radio.
That's pretty cool that your mom smokes a lot of weed.
Oh my God, she's the biggest stoner.
Dude, like the second she rolls out of bed, she starts and she doesn't stop. And this is my favorite thing about my mom is she's one of those potheads who claims that she never gets high. You know what I mean? Like she'll be just like slumped on the couch and I'll be like, you're stoned. She's like, I'm not stoned. I smoke to feel normal. And I'm like, well, you look pretty, like you're feeling pretty fucking normal right now. Like it's crazy, but last thing I'll say about Skankfest before we get into the movie. Yeah. I just got to admire, and I don't do this often. Do this often. People will tell you I do not do this often. Definitely. Your outfit was great. You were dressed like you were at the Player Haters Ball.
Oh yeah. Thank you, man. The reception was unexpected. It was pretty crazy. Like, I don't know what it was, but I just felt like I wanted to get into the spirit this year and show people I really fuck with this shit. Cause sometimes I feel like it's on me to go the extra mile when I'm at Skankfest to let the comics and the fans know that like I really love this shit and I love being at Skankfest, and like I'm not, because a lot of people would probably assume that I'm there like ironically, and I'm just like passing judgment on everybody and every comic that goes up. I'm like, well, this guy fucking sucks. And then the next guy goes up and I'm like, this guy fucking sucks too. And I'm just making jokes about everybody. But I really love that shit and I love participating in it. So I thought a good way to show that to people would be to get some nice little outfits together and get in the, I've never been to New Orleans, so try and get into that sort of flair. I was inspired. A lot of people were calling me, I had that orange suit. People were like calling me the Mask or Dumb and Dumber. Nobody was actually getting the correct reference. It wasn't exact, but I was inspired by the styles of the film The Waterboy with Adam Sandler.
Oh, you were Bobby Boucher, dude.
Yeah, the Robert Boucher Jr. collection is what I called it. And it was, the colors weren't all right, but like some of the stuff that he wore to like the cookout or like on his date or at the party at his wedding, and even like the stuff that his father Roberto was wearing was like kind of inspired my style.
It was very
That's
sick, dude. You should that honestly that should be a thing, is that we should pull from movies for collections of clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, why not? What better pop culture reference do you need than a hilarious movie?
Yeah, or just dude, imagine pulling up to the function in the Al Pacino from Heat collection.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, she's got a great ass. You just go around saying it. That sounds like a fucking blast to me.
And I think if you're gonna go with some type of like movie collection that's like tethered to whatever area that you're going to, if you're gonna do it, probably the best way would be like some suits, because that's gonna play the best anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was crazy. I thought people were really gonna like, and I went with a clean shave too, so a lot of people like weren't even recognizing me. They would recognize the clothes and then be like, oh, nice clothes, and then they'd look at my face for like 5 seconds and be like, oh, it's Crack Amico. So it was weird in that regard, but I really thought people were gonna, like, the comics and the fans were gonna bust my balls the whole time and make me want to change, but it was actually quite the opposite. It was received very positively.
Hell
So
yeah, dude.
maybe it'll be a thing that I do now.
Yeah.
For Skankfest. One dude was like, yo, I'm loving this new look, man. And I was like, yeah, it's not really a new look. Like, I'm just kind of, it's just for Skankfest. And he was like, nah, this is it now.
Oh.
You're like at the gas station buying a pack of Marlboro Blacks, just dressed like that. That's the best.
Yeah, I mean, it would take effort. It would take a lot of effort to dress like that all the time. But I don't know. It's nice to get fly every once in a while, especially in the vein of comedy where you can be like, I'm just fucking around. This isn't I'm not actually like wearing these clothes like seriously,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So you're from North Carolina. What would the North Carolinian or Carolinian, I'm so sorry, what would that collection be? Like if you had to piece together because like from Baltimore, I would just need to get like an and one short pair, like a pair of and one shorts and like a tall tee.
Oh, okay. So any outfit or like a nice, like a fly outfit, like a suit or
Fuck
something.
It. Hit me with both, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I guess it just depends where you are. Because like you said, Baltimore. If I was doing Baltimore, if it was like Skankfest, Baltimore, I'd probably be rocking like some Edgar Allan Poe type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But North Carolina, I mean, I guess there's a few different ways you could go. You could go like mountain man sort of drip. You could go like you could do like a typical black Carolinian Sunday best.
Ooh.
Oh, like
Which is
Baptist
kinda-
church.
Which is kind of the same thing. That would be the best bit, is if I just said I was wearing something different to Skankfest every year and I just wore the same suits and acted like they were different ones and gaslight people into believing that they're actually different suits. But I don't know, man. That's a good question. I need to think about this a lot more.
That's cool. That's cool. We'll get you next time. We got a couple of things in the chat, if that's all right, before we jump into the movie. A couple compliments for you. It says Crack killed it at Skank Fights. So someone just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you.
This guy says, ask him how long he pisses for on average.
Oh my
If you had to put a number on it.
I mean, I guess it depends. Have I been holding it at all?
Yeah. Let's say you've been holding it for like 45 seconds.
What?
I mean, 45 minutes. Sorry, my bad.
Shit. If I've been holding it a long time, it's gonna be a while. Like probably 30 seconds to a minute.
Thank you.
But like in a pinch, like if it just like say I'm like streaming or whatever and I realize I have to go like decently bad, I can be in and out of the bathroom within under a minute, certainly.
You can bear down. We're talking about it. Everybody can bear down. See,
This is like your normal piss.
this is going to be your wake up in the morning rock a piss.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like time in the bathroom or just time from the first droplet that leaves the penis
Correct.
until it stops?
We're going to go drip to shake. Drip to shake.
Okay. Oh man. Dude, to be honest, I don't even really have a good guess because it feels like you're almost kind of like stuck in time when it's happening. It's
No doubt.
That's true.
No doubt. You get hit with the fucking crab swirl.
yeah. Shit, man. I mean, I would figure normal probably like 20 seconds. And if I had to go really bad, like, I mean, a while. Like,
I don't want to hit you with the backstory here, but I'm in a piss war with somebody because I sent somebody a fucking clip, an Instagram audio clip of me pissing for a minute, which I feel is like an average piss, like, to hit like a minute long piss. I take long pisses. They tried to say it was AI. So I just,
Now we're in some sort of piss gate.
Well, there's a piss gate, but like all of the greats have been accused of cheating at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's like it goes back to Jesus.
It goes all the way back to Jesus. And then the last thing from the chat is Schultz and his goons were trying to take your Akash video down. Any updates on that? You're all good with that, right? They didn't succeed. Your Crack came out on top like Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say, and I know it's fun to say that, but well, first of all, the video that I dropped it on I think the 24th, and then the next day was the 25th, my birthday. And what was my first present when I woke up?
Happy birthday.
My first present when I woke up was realizing that my video had been removed for harassment. Shit. From 8 a.m. to about 1 p.m., I had to do an appeal to get my video back up. And I got it back up. It killed some momentum, but I got the video back up. But I got to say, and I know it's fun to be like, oh, the Schultz Mafia got it taken down. But I really doubt that because at the point that I dropped the song, it was already out there. Everybody was talking about it anyway. And my video was certainly not even in the top 10 of views of videos with people talking about it. And I was just doing a silly rap song. Other people were like genuinely saying things that they thought about it that were very mean. So I don't even think I was in the top concern of that. And I will tell you, I've had a few videos randomly get taken down, just kind of out of nowhere. Maybe the YouTube censor, whatever senses what you're saying in the songs, maybe ripped it off. But for this type of complaint specifically, the only other one in recent memory that I had taken down so abruptly and the appeal worked to get it back, because if YouTube does it, typically the appeal won't work. They're like, no, fuck you, we did this.
Right.
But when it's mass reported, they'll look and be like, oh no, this was just mass reported, we'll put it back up for you. They don't tell you that, but I know that's what's going on. And the other song that happened to, much like this one, was Slurpee. So if you know what those two songs have in common and who might be a little handy with the computer.
You got hit with a campaign, dude.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Indians were very upset at some of the words that I was using in both songs. And the brown face in the first song probably weren't happy about, and saying the J slur, which I had no idea was a serious slur. I say it, of course, but I just won't say it on here because I don't know how stringent it is.
You talking about Jeet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not
cool.
worried about saying it. I'm just worried about like your stream. Like,
no, I appreciate you. You're very nice, but
thank
no,
you.
we'll say it. That's cool.
on Twitter, they're like throttling it. Like if you say G on a post, they'll limit it. So
Dude,
like I didn't even know like it was that big of a deal, but I said it twice in the song and the fellas were not happy.
It's so funny to think about like an Amazon call center and someone hits a red button and then they're just mass reporting. Like all of a sudden, all their computers just go to your YouTube and they just have to keep fucking reporting it. Like some dude just pulls a lever like a fire alarm.
Yeah, and I'll say this about the Jewish folks. The fucking on Twitter it's been limited as time has gone on, but as far as YouTube goes, the Dave Portnoy diss from what I've seen has been perfectly fine. No even reports on it. Maybe it's because they know that they have all the power, so they don't really care about like this little song.
Right.
But the Indian fellows, they don't have, it seems, much power, but they do have the power to report your video and get it taken down if you say words they don't like. So I can't be like, as much as my ego would like to allow me to be like, yeah, of course Schultz and Akash
right
and got it taken down, but I just know that that's not the case, especially now that Schultz has mentioned it multiple times. If he was going to do that, he wouldn't mention the song at all. Right.
He's bringing more attention to it. And the Jays were probably too busy, like, I don't know, making it rain in Seattle or something.
See, now I'm confused. The Jays, are we talking about Jeets or Jews?
No, we're talking about the Jews, dude.
Okay.
All right, we'll pivot. That's if anything else comes up in the chat, I'll hit you with it. But hey, man, you picked the movie this week. You picked Jingle All the Way, and it sucked because we already did an episode on it. But that's legitimately my favorite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I make Lauren watch that all the fucking time. It's the best movie.
It's one of my favorite movies ever, regardless of genre.
Yeah,
it's an ultimate family favorite of mine, which my family was very like. I had a family that was when my parents were together when I was young. We were very like brought together by entertainment. Mm-hmm. Like we weren't very close in like a conversational manner. Sure. All of my siblings were like years apart from each other, and my parents weren't super close, but we would be brought together by entertainment. And back in the day, it was television or movies, so we had Jingle All the Way on VHS, and we just really loved that movie, and we would watch it every year. And as time went on, I didn't realize, like, now with the internet, you see all sorts of people talking about Jingle All the Way and being like, yo, this movie rules. I didn't even know. I thought it was like a movie that
TV.
Arnold, or like a movie that Arnold made like when he wasn't doing so well. Like he like had gambling debt and had to make a movie real quick. And I was like, this movie just happens to be good. It shouldn't be, but it is. But no, it turns out a lot of people love this fucking movie. And
oh, dude,
I do too. It never gets old.
It's incredible. So we had already done the episode on that. You hit us with Jack Frost, which I had never seen. Lauren, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. You'd never seen it, right?
I had never seen it. It was one of those movies that you just I heard about when I was a kid, and I knew like the imagery of it. Like I knew the scary ass looking snowman. But I had never seen the movie, didn't know what it was about. And I knew it was about, and I don't even think this is a spoiler. I think if you would have read the back of the DVD, it would tell you the guy dies and turns into a snowman. It's not like a spoiler that he dies. You know it's going to happen. You know it's coming.
Caleb did not know.
I had no idea.
He had no idea, and I kept it a secret from him. I'm like, you're about to hate this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I had no idea. So we pop it on. I'm like, yo, we're going to watch this for the podcast. First of all, why does the snowman look like Dave Blunt's dipped in marshmallow? Like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, he looks like he's hooked up to fucking oxygen.
He looks incredibly frightening.
Scary.
Yeah, it's like he literally looks like he's sitting on a couch at like a rap festival rapping into a microphone. I couldn't get over the appearance of him, number one. And then number two, I had no idea that he was about to die. So I'm watching this fucking movie and I'm like, this is just a movie about a dude having a good dad. Like, I don't want to watch this. This sucks. Like I mean, and then, there was some correlation. My dad loved snow. He loved fucking being involved with all sorts of white powder.
Yeah.
And but then I'm like, damn, this dude's got a good dad. What could this movie? Is this just a movie about a dude having a great life? Because fuck this. And then when Michael Keaton fucking died, I'm like, finally. I was like, all right, this is gonna be cool. Santa's gonna come like save the day or something. And then to find out Michael Keaton is fucking just a snowman now. I was blown away. I had to pause the movie and just kind of sit with it for a couple seconds.
Wait, so had you seen like any covers or the snowman leading up to it, or you just Jack
No,
Frost were watching this?
Dude, no, I had no idea about it. You said Michael Keaton. I'm like, yeah, I fucking Googled it. I was like, oh, Michael Keaton's in it. We'll just fucking watch that. And so at first I'm like, this is just a movie about a dad rocking. You know what I mean?
You didn't even know the snowman was like a thing. Like you hadn't seen the picture of the snowman.
So
that's crazy.
It threw me for an incredible loop because the first fucking like 30 minutes of the movie, you're like, damn, this dude is just this is just a story about a kid with a dad who has a dream, you know? And then out of nowhere they hit you with, oh, he's a snowman now. And he's facing different directions in the yard.
And I was saying it out loud while I was watching it. And actually, it's funny you mentioned me and my girl were watching it, and she didn't know. I told her Michael Keaton was in it, and that it's about like a snowman comes to life, but she must have missed the part where I said he dies and becomes the snowman. But I thought she knew. I either didn't tell her or she didn't hear me, one of the two. But I kept looking over at her while it's showing the kid in the beginning, like the first 20 minutes. Yeah. And it's like, he's having the perfect day. Everything is going great. And I keep turning to my girl and being like, wow, everything is going so good. like kind of hinting like soon this shit is going to go south. And then she's like, what do you mean? Or I think I said something like, yeah, I wonder how it's gonna, like, I wonder how he's gonna die. I wonder how it's gonna happen. She's like, what, he dies? And I was like,
there's no,
I felt bad at first, but then I was like, I think I'd actually rather have you know, because I didn't want to like bum her out like crazy. I didn't know how sad the movie was gonna be. I didn't know how traumatic it was gonna be. I'm not saying it like was super traumatic. I'm just saying going in, like, I didn't know how sad it was gonna. So I felt like I didn't spoil it. If anything, I kind of removed softened the blow a little bit that he is going to die. Yeah. Because I could only imagine what you were going through.
No, yeah. I wanted you to. No. Okay. First of all, we've all had. Okay. Clearly,
where the fuck were you on that?
Little Lauren, me as a child watching this movie, crying my fucking eyes out because I'm an empath and I'm like, no, his dad died. Bro, this movie traumatized me as a child. I could not. When you were like, we're going to watch this, I was like, great, I'm going to cry.
You could have just fucking, you literally could have.
I told you it was a sad movie.
I thought it was sad because the dad was constantly like playing his fucking harmonica. I thought it was sad because it was like, oh, his dad keeps missing stuff. But I'm like, but he comes home at night. How fucking bad could it be? You know,
hey, in fairness, and I'm not trying to, I know like bros before hoes, of course, but yeah. When I sent you the options for the movies, I'm looking at it now. I did say Jack Frost, and in parentheses, Michael Keaton plays a snowman.
Oh, come on, man!
I guess I didn't even. Warn you. Wasn't that at like 5 o'clock in the morning though?
11:57 p.m.
What time did I respond though?
6:04 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, dude, my alarm had just gone off. I rolled over and I was like, "Ooh, message from Crack Amico." No, but
what a way to wake up, like Christmas morning.
Yeah, I fucking floated out of bed like I was smelling a cartoon pie. I floated to the bathroom and rocked a fucking 90-second piss.
Yeah, man, that's I can only imagine. You must have been fucking flabbergasted,
dude. My jaw was on the ground. I was like, also they did not handle the car wreck well, because they just show him kind of squinting and then it fades to black. And I'm like, dude, he just hit like a pedestrian. Is he going to jail? But this is one of those fucking one of those movies like the 90s, like kids movies have changed so much, and like that's been discussed ad nauseum, right? Like the Mighty Duck starts with fucking Emilio Estevez getting a DWI. Like it used to be so much better.
Yeah,
it was real. They were subjecting children to real stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But in this case, his dad was pursuing a deal to be a rock star. And also, they're talking about having no money, and I'm not a musician, okay? But they show his dad playing a packed show in Denver. Like, the split for that, well, maybe the split wasn't so good because there were 19 people in this fucking band. There's a dude holding a flag in the back. I don't even know what he's doing. It said something about Free Palestine.
Yeah, there was a lady like playing like a violin that you couldn't even hear on the song.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people in that band, and I got to be honest. One of the things I guess this is a little preemptive, but I will say overall, I appreciate the movie. Obviously, Michael Keaton's great, but one of the things that takes away from it is some of the, I forget like the film name of it, but like the background noise or the effects that they put into it. And particularly what you're saying now, when they were doing that scene and the band is playing, I don't know how big this club or this venue was, maybe a sizable club or a bar, I think is supposed to be the setting. It sounds like fucking Showtime at the Apollo. Like it sound like it, you would think he's playing for fucking 5,000 people.
Yeah, dude, it looked like he was at the Fillmore, but it like they're setting it up like it's fucking like Fish at Red Rocks or something. Like there's like a wall of sound or something. Like it was also one thing I did appreciate about these late 90s, early 2000s movies is anytime there's a snowboard or a skateboard, because it's always a chase scene, right? Mm-hmm. It's always like a hot pursuit. When they're going over the jumps, they have to hit the board grab.
Yeah. Yeah, I can picture the style of scene you're talking about.
Yeah, like when he's being chased down the mountain and like all of the dudes are like trying to get him or whatever, but they're still hitting they're still putting some stees on the indie grab. That's my favorite part of like early 2000 cinema is like, we're going to get him, but it's got to look sexy.
Yeah, I love, there were so many, it's something about that time period of the late 90s. I think for me, because I'm 32 now, so I think that's when I first started forming like opinions on what I thought was cool, whether it was like fashion or music or just appearance, like whatever it is. That's when I started kind of forming those thoughts. Of course, like listening to Limp Bizkit, Eminem starting to come around, wrestling was huge, and all those things are kind of like, that's when the nostalgia from that period is starting to like bake into my brain. So I was really feeling a lot of nostalgia in this movie, and one of my favorite things was that the bully or the antagonist looked like he could have been in Power Man 5000.
Yo, I turned to Lauren and I go, is that the lead singer of Sum 41? What the fuck is going on? And you're right. You know, look.
No, there was a lead singer in a band in this movie, wasn't there? Didn't you say the coach?
Yeah, Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what favor he was doing to someone, but that was insane to me. I'm like, when they show him, I'm like, that's the lead singer of Black Flag. And Lauren was like, who? And I'm like, Black Flag, like the most influential punk band maybe of all time. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And he's just screaming at kids about hockey. Like I don't know if he gambles, but like there's a bunch of musicians in this movie. I don't know if do you know that, Crack?
Yeah, I definitely picked up on him. I think I picked up on a few, but yeah, I honestly thought he was great too. Like some of the funniest scenes were with him, and that was like one of the out loud laughs that I had watching it was when he was giving the speech to the hockey kids. He's giving them a pep talk and they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. And so in this movie, all of Frank Zappa's kids are in this movie.
I did see that as a fun fact as well.
Yeah. So, but how much did Frank Zappa hate his fucking children? Seriously, dude. Like it's cool to be like a avant-garde artist or whatever, but when you start naming your children like they're art pieces, I don't agree with it. I'm gonna run. Do you know their names?
I didn't see their names.
I'm gonna hit you with the 4 Zappa children that were in this movie. Okay.
Okay.
Moon Unit Zappa. Moon Unit.
As like, is there a space in between?
Wait, that's one name?
Moon space UNIT Zappa. Her first name is Moon Unit.
Oh.
Pause.
Moon Unit Zappa.
That's a woman's name?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, yes. That's
Moon Unit. What a fucking asshole.
I know, right? But dude, it gets so much
And that's
worse.
the one you're starting with?
Yeah,
dude,
really.
it gets so much worse. I'm gonna hit you. I'm saying you with the worst for last. Second, the son who is also in this movie, Dweezil Zappa.
Oh my god.
This dude fucking
Dweezil?
sucks. I'm glad this dude's dead. Fuck this dude.
Holy shit.
Dweezil Zappa. You famous.
Is it spelled like weasel?
It's DWEEZIL. He had to put some stank on it.
Dweezil.
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 You imagine fucking like being in the kitchen and you're like, Moon Unit, you were supposed to do these fucking dishes. Like how bad do you hate your children?
I think Moon Unit is still worse than Dweezil, actually.
I agree.
Yeah, but Dweezil has to walk around in the 90s sounding like a fucking Pokemon. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
Moon Unit kind of sounds like a Pokemon too.
Zappa children, catch them all. Dweezil, Moon Unit. All right, so this is the best one. And this guy got away easy, but he just has an incredibly foreign sounding name. Like, I don't know if Frank Zappa was like, I don't know, like a Bangladeshian consulate member in like the 80s when this child was born. Because this kid's name is just Ahmet Imuko Roden Zappa.
Oh my God.
His first name's Ahmet, which is honestly maybe worse than the rest of them. It sounds horribly terroristic.
Yeah,
You know?
and then 100%. It's not the if I had to choose the three names that you've given me, I ain't choosing that one. I'm not gonna say it's the worst, but I'm not choosing that one. If I want to, be a proud American in this country, I'm not going with that one.
With Ahmet Imuko Rodan Zappa. All right, and then
that's you talk about flying. You talk about being scared to fly.
Oh yeah.
That's a strip search. That's a going in the back every time you go to the airport. You try to explain you're Frank Zappa's kid. They don't give a fuck. They're not believing it.
They register you for like Social Security as a child, and they're like, no fly list immediately. And then this is the worst Zappa child. The youngest, who's also a creative artist, because with a name like this, he really pigeonholed his fucking children into being artists. Diva Thin Muffin Pigeon Zappa.
What the fuck?
What? Is that an Instagram handle?
First name Diva Thin. This looks like when you Google a phone number and there's one of those CIA number station websites that has this random words.
Yeah, this sounds like the code to like unlock your safe or like your crypto or something if it gets stuck.
Diva Thin Muffin Pigeon Zappa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This dude fucking sucked.
Well, look at it this way, though. Not a lot of parents give their kids a lot of options for a name. So they get to pick from one of those.
Yeah, you can be Diva Thin Muffin or Pigeon.
Shit. What would you pick?
I would have to pick Diva, right? I mean, as a
guy. Well, is it a guy?
What are you going to be? Thin, Muffin, or Pigeon?
I could maybe be Pigeon.
I got a pigeon tattooed on my arm. I can't be Pigeon because then I'm one of those dudes with his name tattooed on him.
Pigeon? You could go by Pidgey Zappa.
Yeah, but I have Pigeon from Mike Tyson Mysteries tattooed on my forearm, so I can't walk around as Pigeon. Because then it's like a dude whose name is Zach who gets Zach tattooed on his bicep. I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the hardest one to pick is Ahmet Imuko Rodan. I guess I'd go by Rodan. I make people call me Rody or something.
Rody.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely have work to do. They're not just walking out of the house. Oh my God. Imagine in school, you're already Frank Zappa's kid, and then they're reading your name at attendance. That's just, I mean,
Dweezil?
From the first day, you're fucked.
Can you imagine if it was one of his kids instead of Bueller? Moon Unit. Dweezil, Moon Unit. Ahmet Imuko Rodan. Diva.
Wow, that makes me actually want to look into Frank Zappa as a person.
Yeah, like what going
an
on
ass.
there?
Dude, God wasn't a fan of what happened to him because he died of prostate cancer at 50.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, let's call it what it is. God saw what was happening and says, I've blessed you with this beautiful life. You're successful. You can grow a hell of a mustache. I've gotten you the 2 best things a man can have. And then you turn around, you spite me, and you name your kid fucking Diva Thin Muffin Pigeon.
He's like, and I was fine with Moon Unit and Weasel, but then you named your son Ahmet.
You got greedy. Ass cancer. Yeah.
Damn. What a fucking wow. That's I'm glad you brought that up. That's crazy.
I know, dude. It's like I can't imagine hating my children enough. Like, I don't have kids, but like, can you imagine writing that shit on the birth certificate in the hospital? I'm sure he had a natural birth in some sort of hot tub in the Poconos.
You think he birthed them?
Yeah, he shot those kids out. That's why they gave him terrible names.
Who's the woman?
Yeah,
dude, that's just going along with his horse shit.
So he had several wives.
You think he's calling the shots, or you think they're like he's got like a hippy dippy bra? Oh wait, so these are kids from like different women?
Yeah, dude, he was like a hypnotist apparently.
That makes sense.
Oh,
because you get with these women, and I don't know. I just feel like it's like the artist thing is super attractive when you're dating, right? And then you realize this dude never fucking turns it off. It's like he's like an acid artist. Oh, it's comedy rock. You know, everything's great. And then you're at the hospital and he's filling out the birth certificate and he's like, how do you spell Ahmet? And she's like, your name's Frank. Like, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, and how would you spell a pigeon? And she's like, why would you need to know that for the child's fucking birth certificate? And he's like, no. Don't worry. It's their 3rd name. They're going to have 7 names and they're all going to be random fucking. He's like, he opened a dictionary and
looking
pointed
around
to
the
it.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one is the most offensive as far as effort put in.
Mm-hmm.
Like Moon Unit and Dweezil, you could at least argue are like original things that you haven't really heard before. Like maybe there's some special meaning behind that we don't know. But like the last one is just naming words. Like just naming, like he looked out the window and he's like, there's a pigeon, there's a muffin.
A diva.
He was fighting with his wife and he was hungry. He's like thinking of Thin Mints and fucking banana nut muffins.
Whoa.
Diva Thin Muffin Pigeon Zappa. Absolutely insane. And you didn't even give her like alliteration or like abbreviation that she could just go by, like, I don't know, like if it was like Diva Orange Thomas, it could be like Dot. You go by Dottie, but like DTMP.
Yeah, I think they're going straight full. Like, I think Moon Unit was like, I'm just going to be Julia. Like, I don't even think they tried to stick to, and rightfully so.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just make up a new name. Fuck your dad. That's crazy.
It is crazy. You know, another thing about this movie that I found in the fun facts. So, like, a little backstory for the people listening, if you haven't heard it. The biggest thing is that when his dad gets a call to go perform at a record label or whatever, he's teaching his son a special hockey trick called a J shot. So it's like where you loop the fucking thing or whatever. Then I go into the IMDb trivia and I find out, you know who was supposed to play Michael Keaton's character?
Who?
Mel Gibson. So instead of coming back to teach the kid the J shot, he's just coming back to teach the kid about J's.
And how you need to shoot them.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to be blown. I don't know how much of that you've looked into, like his whole scandal, but he wasn't really upset with the Jews. She promised him a blowjob. Like, if you listen to the voicemails, it really is centered around he was supposed to be blown before he got in the jacuzzi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which, I mean, you know, you can't really expect from anybody. And maybe you should be able to expect that as Mel Gibson. You should be able to expect that will happen. But if she says she's going, it's almost the guarantee that would drive a man mad. Like, you said that you were going to do this. I'm now expecting, it's like not getting any presents for Christmas.
Yeah, it's like you could have just been like, this is the thing, is if you're Mel Gibson's wife or his girlfriend or whoever that was, all you have to do is keep your mouth shut and not say anything. You put the blowjob in the man's head, and then, you know, he's all of a sudden he's out by the jacuzzi waiting all day long, and then you find out she's gone shopping with her girlfriends, which is what she did. She said, "Why don't you go out to the jacuzzi? I'll come out and I'll blow you." And he's like, "Oh, that's incredibly nice of you. Thank you so much. I'll be out by the jacuzzi. And then he's waiting, he's checking his watch. And then he calls her and she says, I'm out. She texts him and says, I'm out with my girlfriend shopping. And he's like, oh, that's funny, because I was promised some head.
Yeah, not cool. And he mentioned that he does. I think his words were like, "I deserve to be blown before the jacuzzi." And it's like, if it was any guy, just like if it was the manager of GameStop saying that, I'd be like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like, who deserves that? But then you look at Mel Gibson, you look at his body of work, and it's like, I mean, if anybody deserves, I mean, it's his jacuzzi. Like, the jacuzzi's not there if not for Mel's hard work.
You ever heard of a little franchise called Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, that's
it's really, and so like everybody latched on to the Jew thing, but it was really about the blowjob. And at that point, I'm not excusing what he did, but a man's going to lash out if he expects a release and it's taken from him.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think the reason that, you know, I think Mel needs to come back and even like stop the movies, just do a podcast and like say what you want, man. Cause like now's the time you can say it. Like this was the year everybody started saying stuff. But I think the reason that everybody latched on to that in particular, he said a lot of crazy shit, but it just so happened that his bosses or his agents or his directors on his movies, if he wasn't directing them himself, they were Jewish. So that's the one that affected him. So that's what people remember, because people remember the fall from grace, and the reason that happened was mainly that aspect of it, I think.
It was the Jews.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as men, the directors should have been like, well, were you promised a blowjob? Like, if somebody comes to me and they like, hey, I got something that's about to hit CNN, like I went on a tirade, my first question would be, were you promised something sexual that was taken from you?
Yeah, and the Jews are the biggest perverts of all. If anybody's going to understand how desperately you need a blowjob, it should be the guys who made Pornhub.
Yeah.
They made Pornhub?
One of them, yeah, for sure.
That makes so much sense. I mean,
I think it's like all of them, dude. I don't want to, I might be wrong, but I would put at least $200 on every single porn website is run by one of those guys.
Wow.
I don't believe XNXX is, because it's laid out horribly. It's laid out like a guy doesn't have a graphic design guy on retainer.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of laid out like early 2000s HTML, kind of like some dude just threw it together. I would almost bet that the dude who made xnxx.com probably died by now from eating like too many chili dogs.
That's what I was thinking. He died, and it's still running. It's running itself at this point.
Yeah. He paid for the domain name in advance, so it's just it's like perpetual. The other thing I didn't like about Jack Frost, if I'm being totally honest, is that so the kid is mad at him, the wife is kind of mad at him, whatever. No one's acknowledging that he died in the fucking car accident because he decided to come to them.
Yeah, and you wondered the whole movie whether or not they realized that.
Yeah.
They would have had to, because he was driving the car by himself in the opposite direction. Like,
but what if the wife was like, what about that ex-girlfriend from 15 years ago? What if he was going to see her?
Oh, he was cruising to Aspen for some load. He was promised a blowjob by the jacuzzi.
That would also be a hilarious thing too. What if they never said it, but he told the guys that he was going to go back, but he was like on his way to some like brothel that he knew about.
He's like, what am I doing? I got to get back to my family. And he's going to the Bunny Ranch. He's like, I got to go see Air Force Amy down at the Bunny Ranch.
Who knows? There's a lot of unexplained shit.
Yeah.
And you would think that that's a funny thing to nitpick on when it's about a snowman who comes to life out of a dead guy, but it's just something we notice.
Yeah, just something I have in the back pocket. The other thing that really bothered me about this movie, okay, is that they show him in the club. By the way, Michael Keaton wrote 2 of the original songs for this movie.
Oh.
I saw that too, because one of the first things I thought when he was singing those the Bluesman songs, was is that him singing? And I looked it up, and yeah, not only is he singing, he co-wrote the songs.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's like he's got a guitar that he wrapped. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with bands is when there's a lead singer who has a guitar just on his back.
Yeah, that seems unnecessary.
I can't stand that. Like, and a lot of professional musicians do that. Like a lot of like frontmen will have a guitar that they don't even play. They just have it draped on them. So he does that. He's got a guitar he's not playing. And then I don't want to it's hard for me to put myself in Charlie's shoes, the son. But if your dad's going to give you an instrument, you're going to, and it's a harmonica, it was almost insulting. Yeah. So he gives you, it's like the Appalachian version of an accordion. It's like he gifts you a magic harmonica. Like he couldn't have put a little magic in the fucking guitar.
Yeah, it's the cheapest instrument. It's like it's maybe a step above giving him like a plastic recorder.
Yeah, dude, it's like, here, play some hot cross buns on this. Here's the only instrument I can give you that will actually repel pussy at your school. This is a guaranteed. I could have named you Moon Unit, but instead I'm going to give you a harmonica, and I'm going to guarantee that you get no pussy. Also, the dad's friend, like the bass player or whatever, he was definitely tapping the mom, right? We're all in agreement with that.
The bigger guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I thought he was kind of gay, though.
Oh, he wasn't gay. What are you talking? Because the earring?
Yeah.
The earring, he's not gay. It's a masculine thing in the 2000s. He wasn't gay.
He's from something. I kept telling you that. You never looked it up for me.
Yeah, he's from the fucking chubby school of slaying puss. Okay. He's a fucking widow slayer. What are you talking about?
No.
Dude, okay, here's the deal. Okay, your husband dies. All of a sudden you're alone in that house. It's cold. You're in Denver, or you're outside of Denver in the fucking Colorado mountains. You got nobody to shovel your snow. You're making your kid do it. Your kid's half a tard. He's struggling to just clear like 12 inches of snow at the end of the driveway. And you got this big, burly, masculine man around. There's no way he didn't hit it at least once.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think it's a question whether or not he was down. I think she probably certainly was.
You don't think he was down? You think you're with Lauren on this? You think he was gay?
No, I'm just saying it's up for speculation. It's up for debate. You know, I didn't really get to see enough of the guy to see if he was loyal to his friend and would have not done that. And then you'd even argue, would it be more loyal to actually do that and try and stick around and try and be there for the family? There's so many different things to break down from that situation. So I leave it up to possibility. You know, I won't say one way or the other.
That's fair. And I respect your opinion. But I would argue that in a way, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if I died, which is a real possibility, I went to the doctors today. I'm drinking my last beer of my lifetime right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude, they put me on some fucking medicine. I can't drink anymore. My blood pressure's off the charts.
I say, oh no, it's actually a really good thing. And I'm very happy for you. And I think that's a great step to make in your life, regardless of how much of a drinking problem you have. But I say, oh no, because
hold on. I just want to cut it off right there. I really appreciate the kind words. I wouldn't say I have a drinking problem. I probably drink 2 to 3 nights a week.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't have a problem, but
thank you.
The reason that didn't register as a positive thing from me initially is because I've felt that so many times, and just staring down the barrel of what is meant to be the last beer and just being like, fuck man, the party's over.
Oh, no. I feel that. And I didn't mean to cut you off. And I do genuinely appreciate you saying that. I just have to, my blood pressure's been going crazy. I went to the doctors today. She put me on I was diagnosed with a panic disorder. Who would have guessed that the guy who can't fly on planes, or even the thought of planes, drives me crazy. I turn on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I get the jitters. But she put me on this new medicine. She's like, you're probably going to have to take this for the rest of your life. It's like something that slows your resting heart rate. And then I said, And maybe I do have a problem because I did say, can I drink on this? And she was, without missing a beat, she said, not a drop. So,
whoa.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I'm not even like, I am a little bummed because like I'm drinking an oatmeal raisin cookie brown ale because I'm a chubby fuck. Like I like the beers that taste like something sweet. So like I'm a little bummed out about that. But like I'm not like, oh my God, I can't drink for the rest of my life. I'm like, it sucks, but it is what it is.
What would you rather give up if you had to? Booze or weed?
Oh, booze 1,000 times over. Weed is an accessory to life. I don't know how you feel, but I mean, there's nothing comfier than weed, if that makes sense.
It's weird for me because that's like weed is the one that works for me. It's the only one I'm not dependent on. It's the only one that actually makes me a warmer, more considerate person and actually step back and have more perspective on things that I'm going through. So it's actually by far the best for me in pretty much every way. But when I was drinking, I didn't need it. Like drinking was enough when I was drinking. If anything, I'd be looking for the only reason that I smoked when I was boozing is so I could try to go to sleep from all the coke usage.
Sure.
So that's good. And to be honest, that's good because more than likely the amount of weed you're smoking is probably what's speeding up your heart rate because you're getting like scared and high all the time. So it's like you just got to pick part. Yeah, just pick one. Just pick whichever one you like more. That's not a bad situation to be in. Yeah,
no, I love weed, dude. I don't know about you, but like I find myself, this is going to sound fucking absolutely retarded. And I've said this to Lauren before and she doesn't agree with it. When you get super stoned, do you ever like find yourself nostalgic for times that you weren't a part of? Like I'll get super stoned and watch like a noir film from like the 70s about like gritty New York. And I get this like feeling of nostalgia and I'm like, I wasn't even alive. Is that retarded? Like, I know it's retarded, but like, have you ever experienced that?
I don't know.
You can just say no. That's all right. No big deal.
I'm trying to find some common ground here.
You don't
I feel like maybe not nostalgia for something I wasn't a part of, but maybe it's like nostalgic or deja vu almost from something you feel like you've seen before and you're high. So you're recognizing that as nostalgia when it's more deja vu. I don't know, but I guess that's a long way to say no.
Yeah, it was a really kind way to say no. If I know one thing from talking to you the past couple of times we've done this, it's that you're a kind person. So I appreciate that. Are you a like all day, every day kind of guy, or are you in the afternoons or evenings?
I am. So these days, I mean, back in the day, like when I was originally smoking, we're talking, when I was in high school, again, I'm 32, so I was class of 12. So when I was in high school, that was like, oh, nice. So you'll know what I'm talking about then. Especially, dude, are you from Baltimore, like Maryland? Yeah. So even more so for you, I was getting into smoking and like smoking and going to class, both in the last era where it was like super illegal all around the US.
It made you feel like a renegade.
Yeah. And it was like the last class of kids who really got to do that, because even if like it's still illegal in North Carolina, but like people's parents will be like, oh, weed's not that bad. Like when our parents, well, not your parents, but not your mom, but like a lot of parents still saw it as like, they still use the word gateway drug. Like weed was still seen as drugs, at least in the edgy South, in the Bible Belt for sure. So you had that going along with one of the biggest, probably the second biggest weed rap era besides like Cypress Hill, and those, and like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, like The Chronic, which was Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, like those artists who were our age or a little bit older that were like, smoking weed is the coolest shit ever.
Oh, I was on
like, okay, we're just doing this all the time now. This is what we do now, guys.
Senior skip day? Are you kidding me? Chris Webby, la la la.
It was, I think, I mean, this is a cringe thing to say, and I think like a lot of people would probably say this, but I truly believe it was one of the greatest like stoner eras to be like a high schooler in.
If I put on my Nike fucking like whatever the calf socks are and put them into some slides and just be baked out of my mind. Oh my God.
They made stoner culture cool again for about like 3 years. And then it got gay again. They overdid it again. And then dabs came into the mix and it was like, all right, we're doing too much now. But, it was actually cool away from like the Tommy Chong, like Cheech and Chong. Oh, I got the munchies, bro. Yeah. Like that shit got gay as hell too. But it was cool again for a second. Rap made it cool again for a second. And then I don't know. Absolutely. It was just an interesting time.
Yeah, dude. It was, I mean, I mean, this is going to sound retarded too, but like the soundtrack of me getting stoned in high school was the Sorry for the Wait mixtape that Lil Wayne dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I mean, what a time to be able to hear that lighter flick and you're just in the back of somebody's Civic, like parked in a cul-de-sac. Oh, God.
Oh, dude. Both the Carter 3 and No Ceilings were very influential and instrumental in me starting rapping.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like it was like I think the first rappers I ever heard were Eminem and 50 Cent. They went super big. Like they just had huge albums that like your older cousin would have or something. And that was like the first rap that I ever heard. And you'd hear like poppy, rappy kind of songs on the radio. But I would say Kanye and Lil Wayne made me like fall in love with rap. And it was at that point, well, Eminem, I guess, put me onto it initially. And I was like, oh, this guy is really fucking good. This is really funny. Like, this is actually good rap. Like, Eminem made me understand that rap is good. And then Lil Wayne and Kanye first and then Wayne, like Wayne's run, made me get really into it and start going back and checking out like Biggie and Nas and all sorts of fucking guys. That's like when I fell in love with rap. And then when Wiz and Mac Miller, especially Mac Miller, came around, I was like, oh, I might be able to do this shit. Like these are just guys that are smoking weed with their friends, recording videos while they're chilling, smoking weed and just playing beats and rapping to them. And I was like, maybe I might try this shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lauren, what was the soundtrack of your, because I know you were smoking weed in high school. That's what the things
I graduated in 2011 though.
I know,
but I'm 32. I don't want anyone to think that.
I bagged myself a MILF. What was the soundtrack? You were like a Kid Cudi person, right?
Yeah. Well, I went to Catholic high school, so
boy do I know it. Boy do I know it.
Take that into consideration.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of Mac Miller. Like I saw Mac Miller in concert. I was a Mac Miller fan.
Don't put that emphasis on it. I'd appreciate that. But no, I mean, yeah, it was what a fucking wonderful time to be alive. And also they made smoking weed all day cool.
Yeah.
You know, that was like one of my favorite things about it is like, I don't know. It felt like maybe early 2000s rap. It was like you go to the club at night and you drink and you smoke. Maybe that's wrong of me.
No,
but
that's kind of right.
Well, no, I guess Snoop Dogg was talking about and Dr. Dre were talking about smoking weed like all the time, but
there's more people talking about it when we were in high school.
Yeah, and it was also popular. Yeah, like Mac Miller, it was like, hey, I'm smoking weed and I'm gonna eat some yogurt, and I was like, damn, he's spitting.
Also, let's be real. Like all of us in high school were actually pretty fucking cool for being teenagers, and Mac Miller and Wiz were pretty fucking cool because the weed that we were all smoking, at least when you got good weed, was like we were smoking really good weed as like teenagers. And like if you go back like the Chronic, whatever Snoop and Dre were smoking, you wouldn't fucking you would throw away the Chronic if somebody gave you a bag of that right now.
Oh, dude, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Dude,
what is this rag weed? Like they were bragging about not having sticks and seeds. It's like, yeah, that doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
Getting that weed that was almost teal. You know what I'm talking about? Like 2011, there was this weed that came around that was almost like fucking like seafoam green. It had, oh, dude, it was like, I think it was for a while, every weed I got was either Sour Diesel or White Widow. Who knows what it was? Really? It was probably shit out by like somebody in an Econo motel. But it was like the first time that we got weed that had like giant orange hairs on it. And me and my friend Jordan would just like make a bong out of a water bottle and rip it and just sit there in silence. And it was the best time of my life.
Oh, yeah.
There's there's nothing better than that euphoria. Like, I don't get that euphoria from weed anymore. I get comfortable and I enjoy the feeling, but there was like this fucking almost opiate like fucking warmth that I used to feel from weed in like 2011.
Mm-hmm.
God, 2010.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, and like you said, like looking at the pretty hairs of like the buds and the different colors. If you ever got one that was like purple, you're like, yo, I got fucking perp. Like everybody was trying to smoke the perp. Like people coming over to your house that night because you got the perp. And yeah, like you said, like I would say the first 10 times that I smoked, I don't know if it's just like you've never felt that feeling or that drug before, but like I remember smoking and not like blacking out, but like passing out.
Yeah.
And like waking up and being like, whoa, I just passed out for like 20-30 minutes, and then getting up to like walk upstairs or whatever, and like your legs being shaky and not
dude.
Like that shit used to be, I don't know, man. It's one of those things. It's one of those, you know, the first pair of boobs you see, the first time you smoke weed. The first drink is always kind of gross, usually.
Yeah.
Oh,
you never fall in love on the first sip of alcohol.
Scotch mixed with chocolate milk at my uncle's wedding.
Ew.
Johnny Walker Black mixed with High's chocolate milk.
Ew.
Yeah, I threw up.
Ew.
Yeah. But, you know, I say this to people sometimes, and I'm like, do you remember smoking weed late at night as a teenager and then waking up and you still felt it the next day? And everyone's like, no, I don't. And I've started to question whether it's something with my organs or something where I wasn't, but like I distinctly remember staying up until like 2 a.m. just taking bong hit after bong hit after bong hit and feeling it until like noon the next day, like waking up and leaving whoever's house at like 8 a.m. and being like, oh, I'm still stoned.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever woke up and felt like stoned the next day, but I would feel come down high. For sure. Like
and
still a little high too. And like come down, but not like wake up and still, unless there were actually quite a few times that I like ate brownies or edibles and woke up the next day still high. Like sometimes I would eat brownies and be high for like a couple days.
Dude, I'm going to tell, I know we got to wrap up soon. I would tell you a quick story.
Oh,
so
God, here we go.
In like 2017, I started buying, I would buy like shatter by the ounce. And me and Lauren would make the shatter into butter and then make it into cookies. And we didn't
measure anything.
Yeah, I would just buy an ounce of shatter, make it into butter, and then make it into like 12 cookies. So one day we gave one to Lauren's mom. And
I only wanted her to eat a half, but Caleb was like, she can handle a whole one.
I was like, she'll take a whole one, no big deal. So we give her one, we go in Lauren's room, we're watching movies. And after a while, I'm like, you should probably go check on your mom because I'm out of my mind high. And Lauren's like, oh, she's fine. I'm like, no, you really need to go check on your mom. She was on the fucking toilet shaking and crying.
Yeah, it was a bad time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
No, but Caleb talked her off the ledge. She was like, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. He's like, no, it's just weed.
I was like, you're going to be fine. And then Lauren's dad came home and he was like, what's wrong with her? And we're like, she's too high. He was like, all right, I'm going to make lunch. He just fucking went. It was like a Saturday. He's like, all right. And he's like standing in the doorway of her bedroom. She's like shaking and he's just eating like a turkey sandwich. And he's like, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's always such a tough thing to debate, though. Especially when you're high, when somebody's like, I'm high, I'm freaking out, I need to go to the hospital. And then you're high and you're good, but you're like to say, no, you're good, you don't need to go to the hospital. And then like, what if they just die? You're like, fuck, I told him not to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
Shit.
that is tough. I mean, it was a risk I was willing to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew that she wasn't going to be like, we knew it's not like she had never smoked weed before. She used to smoke weed all the time. She had smoked weed with us on occasion.
Yeah.
It was just too much. And then after what, like
dude,
an hour,
she fell asleep.
She fell asleep. She woke up. She came into my room and she was like, I'm hungry as hell.
She was like, we're going to Genova's. I was like, hell yeah, let's go. Now we can get ready to wrap up, man. Can we go to the chat for a couple minutes? I got some.
Yeah, I'm good for like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
You guys want to? I have like one or two more things to say about Jack Frost. But
let's do that. Let's do that, and then we'll end it with the chat.
Okay, and also I think the whole point, I ended up going off on the gay tangent about Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller, but the whole point was where I'm at these days. I am most of the time, if I'm just on a normal work day, like whatever I got to do, like say I wake up tomorrow and I got this to write and I got a clip to make or whatever the day, but I'm going to be home and I'm going to be working on my shit. I will be high the whole day, but I'm smoking a like THC vape and taking like two puffs where I don't even fully inhale, like every 15 minutes. I'm just little doses. Like I think it's within the past year, I was at my boy's house and just hit a grav bong, which used to be my go-to, like in years past. And like back in the day, my favorite piece was like a socket set grav bong.
Yeah.
Little snap-on action.
Yeah, like a waterfall or a grab bong.
Yeah.
Because that's how much of a stoner was. I was like, every speck of weed needs to turn into something. Like I gotta get my value because I'm running out way too fast. So
you were Portnoy about it. You're like, I need to get value out of this.
Yeah, I would never want to relate to him on any level, but yeah, I guess so. But so I used to be taking grab bongs to the face all the time and tolerance super high and never really even getting like super paranoid or anything. This year I hit a grab bong hit at my friend's house and I was like, had to sit and couldn't really have a conversation. Like I had to focus on breathing and just be like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just need to breathe. Like I was like that kind of high where like your heart starts pounding fast and you're not like super scared, but you're like, fuck, I'm like kind of hyperventilating a little bit. So I'm just hit a little bit of weed pretty frequently kind of guy. And if I'm in like public or if I'm hanging with friends or like what I'm doing here right now, I don't like to get, there is a point where I will get too high and get my own head and not as good. I'm like right on the borderline right now. I'm keeping it on the rails right now.
Hell yeah, dude. Living life on the edge. So you're taking a couple hits just to break down the barrier, pretty much.
Yeah. Just enough. Like, you know, when you smoke like the perfect amount of weed, it actually makes you more talkative.
Yes.
It's like you're feeling a little bit better. Like you feel relieved, you feel better, and you feel like more interested in things. Like, for example, like talking about a movie, reviewing a movie, it like almost kind of, it brightens you up a little bit, but you can easily
enthusiasm.
Yeah, you can easily pass that point into just like couch locked or not give it a fuck, wanting to pass out or just spacing out in your own mind. I like to stay like one or two hits all day long. I wouldn't face a blunt. I wouldn't take a bong rip, not in public anyway. Yeah, those days are over.
I feel you on that for sure. Did you have anything else you want to say about Jack Frost before we hit the chat?
The one other thing that I found interesting, did you know, well, shit, and you guys are kind of close to this area and you're my age, so you probably would know this, especially if you have an older sibling. Do you guys remember the short-lived sitcom Brotherly Love?
No.
Starring the Lawrence brothers?
No.
Like Martin Lawrence?
No. Those are the Lawrence brothers. No, the Lawrence brothers were, I think, either, sometimes I don't know whether or not to guess if people are Jewish or Italian, but
sure.
they're definitely one of the two.
They're old money.
Yeah, they're the Lawrence brothers, which probably isn't their actual last name. And it's three brothers, Joey, Matthew, and Andrew Lawrence. And they were on this sitcom about, it was based in Philly because they're actually from Pennsylvania, called Brotherly Love. And my older sister used to watch it. It was on for like a year. But the youngest kid in that show played, I guess, the Henry Rollins character's son. Okay. So do you remember when he comes up to the van and he's like, guys, I want to join the team again. And the one kid is like, I don't fucking know, man. You flaked on us. That the little kid that looked like he could have played like Tanner on Bad News Bears.
Like he was on Tool Time.
Yeah, like he had that sort of vibe. That was Andrew Lawrence, and I found out you said Mel Gibson was originally supposed to play another person who was a prospect to play the Michael Keaton character was George Clooney. And in the George Clooney version, that kid, Henry Rollins' kid, the spunky kid, was supposed to be the son. But they said, oh, it doesn't make sense to have this kid when it's Michael Keaton with like blonde hair and blue eyes as the dad. So they swapped him to Henry Rollins' son and brought in the other kid to be the main character kid.
Damn.
They fucked that kid out of a job because he didn't have like Just for Men doesn't exist.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty, I don't know.
That's a shitty thing to do to a kid. I'm assuming if George Clooney was attached to it, there were probably preliminary talks. Like the kid probably was aware that he was going to be in the movie. And then they're like, sorry, some dude smoking a cigar is like, hey kid, you're Hitler's wet dream. So don't let nothing keep you down in life, but you're not right for this part because you have blue eyes and blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's but I looked at both of their filmography and it seems like both of them are doing okay. And I will say out of the two, the Lawrence boy, the one that had the brown hair and they kicked him out, or they made him be Henry Rollins' son, which at least they didn't cut him out of the movie altogether. That would have been crazy if he didn't have a role. But he had a picture on his Wikipedia. The other kid who played him, he didn't have a picture. They both been working. They both got filmography. They've been working throughout the whole time they started acting. But hey, the Lawrence kid, he's got a picture. So maybe butterfly effect. Maybe that worked out better for him somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he starred on the 1995 hit sitcom Brotherly Love. Everything was gonna,
Which I can't remember if that happened before or after, but
it was. I just looked it up. It was before.
It was before Brotherly Love.
No. Brotherly Love was before. That was on 1995. This came out in 98. So he's riding that Brotherly Love wave, and he's like, I just got signed to a major motion picture starring George Clooney, and then they're like, tough breaks, kid. Hit the fucking. You're gonna be Henry Rollins' son.
Yeah, actually, it's Michael Keaton, and you're Henry Rollins' son now. So it's kind of a whole different thing.
Hey, just be glad your name's not fucking Moon Unit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he looked at those kids on the set and he was like, I guess I don't have it that bad.
Yeah.
It's all good. But I guess the whole, I guess like to give a full kind of score on the movie, a review. Obviously when you're going into a movie, it's kind of like Air Bud, where it's like, there's something so unbelievable in this movie that it's almost part of the joke that the movie is in on how ridiculous this is. So obviously it's not going to be a masterpiece just based on that, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I thought it was pretty touching at some parts. I just think more than anything, I think the movie says that Michael Keaton was just a brilliant actor of that time. He really put it on his back. I don't know that it works with Clooney. I don't know that Clooney's silly enough. Mel Gibson, that would have been awesome, but it would have been something different, I think.
Yeah, it would have been darker. Because Michael Keaton, this is going to sound so incredibly gay, but you really believed, like, through the affection and the interaction, that was his son.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is very believable, and I feel like it's such a weird role, like a bluesy musician who's going to play a snowman, and somehow it's perfect for him because whoever they chose for the actor, what they realized was they needed someone charismatic, that the role would just be whoever this dad is. It's going to be Michael Keaton playing them, or it's going to be George Clooney playing them. Like you're watching Michael Keaton more than you're watching the character. And I felt like he was just a weird enough, kind of silly enough guy to pull it off. Yeah. As well as somebody could. And the last thing I would add is I thought it was a very weird, almost sort of like Lynchian thing with I guess Christmas and the blues have always sort of been connected. But it was hockey, maybe not so much. I just thought it was a weird juxtaposition, showing the hockey scenes while you were listening to Michael Keaton's blues band. Be like, it's getting cold out here, baby. Yes. And so you're hearing, like, I guess a white guy like do black music while you're watching the whitest sport take place ever. It was really strange, and it was almost so off-putting that I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I told Caleb, I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah, she literally looked over me. She's like, why are they showing hockey and then fading into Michael Keaton playing like a harmonica? And I'm like, that's show business, baby.
It's a 90s.
That's
movie.
Michael Keaton, baby.
Yeah, that montage was pretty great. There were some silly lines that made me laugh out loud when they're going. The whole part when they're going down the hill together is fucking hilarious.
Oh,
And he goes, "You the man," and he goes, "No, you the man." And he goes, "No, I'm the snowman." There was a lot of good like 90s silly humor.
oh, like
Yeah.
the Sum 41 bully calling him butthead, and it's like he just told him to go fuck his mother. He's like, oh.
Yeah, that kid was hilarious too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very weird, not to like make it negative at the end. Very weird how he changed on a dime and immediately became the kid's friend.
Oh yeah. They
like,
switch up on you like that though.
code switch it, dude. Snakes in the grass.
Yep.
Snakes in the fucking grass. No, man, but yeah, well, I'll hit two things in the chat real quick and then we'll wrap it up. Is that cool with you?
Sounds good.
Cool, man. First, this isn't even a question. I just want to give a shout out to this dude on Instagram, Artie Kuno. He did a bunch of like gas digital inspired artwork. He's an artist, and he did like a thing of Lewis with doing Coke magic. And I just wanted to give him a shout out because his artwork is sick.
Oh
and,
yeah, I just followed that guy.
Oh my God.
Dude, he's a fucking great artist, and he's the man. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He sent me some stuff he did for the Real Ass Podcasts, and it was pretty sick. And the last thing I'll leave you with is
Hold on. I do want to say though, Artie Kuno, I need to know, is that his real name? And if not, is it supposed to be like Articuno from Pokemon?
Ooh.
I think he's listening live, so he can throw an answer in the chat here, and we'll figure it out.
If his name happens to be Articuno as a coincidence, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we'll find out here shortly.
Good guy either way, I'm sure.
And then, yeah, dude, incredible artist, really incredible artist. And then the last thing is Ryan from the Clever Name podcast found out that his dad, which is also a great podcast, he found out that his dad was doing OnlyFans, and that's not like a joke. So he put in the chat, I want to know Crack's opinion. Would you rather have no dad at all or a dad and you have to find his OnlyFans?
Is this me right now? And like, I've had my dad for my entire life as it is. And like, it's so you're asking me now, I have to either find out he has an OnlyFans or he just dies. Is that like the scenario?
No, I think just like on the abstract, would you rather have a father or would you rather have a father who you find his OnlyFans and you find out that he's making no money from it and he's just doing it like for the love of the game?
Would you rather have no father?
Yeah.
An absent father. You said a father.
Oh, my bad. Look, I'm high too. All right.
No, so you never like your dad like died when you were a baby or something,
or just as
an absentee father. Either you never had a dad or you have a dad who does OnlyFans.
I mean, yeah, I think I would obviously rather not have a dad.
Yeah, I think that's
okay. Well, I actually I have a lot of questions.
All right.
I assumed, which is pretty kind of pause of me. I assumed that you said the dad has an OnlyFans. I immediately assumed that meant it was weird solo stuff with him like shoving stuff up his butt.
No, no. It's a girlfriend. He's making porn with a woman.
Okay, so he's real ass dude of the week.
I mean, it's almost yeah. I mean, it's pretty sick, but from what I understand, and I don't want to speak out of school, and I haven't seen the OnlyFans. I don't believe either of them are. It's not porn you want to watch.
They're fat.
I don't know.
OnlyFans worthy.
I don't know if they're fat. Ryan is in incredible shape, so I'm assuming they're not fat. But I don't think like.
Wait, is it
not,
his parents?
Yeah.
No, it's his dad and a girlfriend. I think that
Okay.
they're not signed to Reality Kings. Let's put it that way.
Parents would be insane, but yeah, I mean,
that would be worse.
Well, I mean, it's not. I would say it's not ideal, but
Sure.
it's
of course.
I mean, the main thing, like, I don't really see anybody like talking shit to you about that.
He said he's 60 and he looks like he's Howie Mandel.
No.
I mean, as long as you don't give people a way to access that somehow, I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stop promoting it, Ryan. Stop telling people about it.
Yeah, that also maybe don't, funnel people to it.
Because if people were like, if his friends were like, knew what to look up and were actively looking it up and like being like, yo, bro, look at this, and like showing him their phone and it's his dad porking some chick, that's not like great to have going on in your life. But if nobody really knows how to find it, it's weird. It's not a conversation you want to have with him. Like, and I have so many questions. This could be a whole other podcast. Like, how did he find out? Did his dad tell him? Does his dad know that he knows?
Yeah,
like,
it was a big falling out.
He stumbled upon it.
Next time, this is presumptuous of me to assume that maybe we'll do this again sometime.
I already know where you're going. Next episode, we review the sex tape in question.
Yes. Yeah. Me, you, Lauren, and we'll bring Ryan on to answer all of your questions. We'll do a good old fashioned OnlyFans review, Weedcap Radio, of Ryan's dad's sex tape, and we'll hit him with that.
Do you actually want to do that? I was joking.
No, not at all, dude. I don't want to do that. What are you talking? What the fuck?
Wait, but my question, if we did really do this, I would assume that everybody to participate in the conversation, you will have to have come to this, yes?
Oh, I'd spill down. Absolutely.
We're gonna have to watch it together.
Yeah. No, I'd want to watch it separately from you.
Oh.
Yeah.
We all have to watch it separately.
Yeah.
But my question is, in order to participate, would you have to have fully
if you can bring yourself to, yeah.
Or like how can you really rate it?
Maybe we could. So let me take us out of this. Maybe we all watch it like we're like a defensive end coach watching tape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're just taking notes. Like we're analyzing it. We're not enjoying it. It's not, you know what I mean? Like we're just doing some analytics.
We're analyzing. He's analyzing.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. And of course, in this situation, I would purchase the OnlyFans subscription and then distribute it to all of us. I would do a screen recording and then I'd probably send it to all of the Clever Name podcast listeners so that they could enjoy it as well.
Does this guy know how much he's selling it for?
I don't know if he knows the exact price, but he found it. I believe Ryan was on OnlyFans and it was recommended to him like through like contacts or something.
This sounds, I don't know. This might be one of, I don't know Ryan, but he sounds like a silly guy. This might be one of his little comedy skits that he's doing. He might be fibbing, which is fine. I'm fine with fibbing for comedic effect.
I got to be honest. So we had him on and I talked to him about it. I believe him. It severed his relationship with his father. He told me something so specific that his father came over and poured a bunch of coffee in his mailbox because he told people, like Ryan discovered it and told people about it. And he still to this day doesn't talk to his dad. And I'm willing to make a huge personal sacrifice and I'll purchase the tape and I'll confirm its validity and I'll reach out to you.
Wait, you said that he poured coffee in his mailbox?
Yeah, they're Canadian, so I think that might be what they do up there because they're too nice to have.
Yeah.
They're not going to do personal violence, so he came over and just dumped like a fucking 12-ounce coffee in his mailbox and ruined his mail.
Well, yeah, they better keep that shit up there. That's a federal offense here, bro. I won't stop until you're behind bars. You fuck with the postal system. That's serious business.
Yeah, down here where we have real laws, that would never be tolerated. No. But it's the Wild West up there. They're doing porn. They're vandalizing mailboxes. It's not good. But hey, man, do you want to? First of all, I appreciate you doing this. It's always lovely to talk to you. You're killing it. Every release you do is fantastic. And do you have anything upcoming you want to plug?
Nothing like topical or anything of pressing interest coming up. Just always working on music. You can find that at youtube.com/Crack Amico. Had some good ones this year. Check them out. I got a Patreon. That's only $1 to join. Patreon.com/Crack Amico. It's got bonus streams. It's got behind the scenes on videos. Some higher tiers have exclusive music. You can get a song shout out. So check that out. I also have merch. All this stuff is in my bios of my social media and on YouTube. So if you want to find merch, you want to find albums on Spotify, anything, just go to my YouTube, youtube.com/Crack Amico, or my Instagram or Twitter, which are at Crack Amico Rap. That's at Crack Amico RAP. And yeah, that's pretty much it. New music always on the way. And thanks for having me on, guys. It's always a blast. I love talking movies, and I feel like this is like the second time in a row where we probably talked about the movie for like 15 minutes, but still it's a blast. If you have to rely on the movie the whole time, it probably wasn't a great podcast. So
yeah, man, we always say the real show is all the stuff that happens around the movie. So no, we appreciate you doing it, man. It was a great time. Check out Crack stuff. I personally, while he was talking, I don't know why I didn't do this before because I'm retarded, but the money that I would previously have spent on beer, I just subscribed to Crack Amico's Patreon, and you should too. And listen to Weedcap Radio live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Episodes available, wherever you get your podcasts. And we're going to play a little Crack Amico on the way out, and hit him up for all your custom song needs, because you absolutely killed it on our intro song. And I wish that I didn't have a job. I could get fired for all the stuff we say, because I want to share it with people so desperately.
Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you. I have to ask a question, because this can be awkward. Are we when I say bye now, when the show ends, do I leave, or do I stick around to like be like, hey guys, that was a good show, that was fun? Because I don't want to be the asshole that just left. You know? No.
I'm gonna play the intro music and end the stream. If you can just stay for like 30 seconds while the shit sinks, and then we'll be good. So just wait, stay for 30 seconds while the music is playing. I'm gonna play the music, and then I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'll just say goodbye to you. We could, while the shit syncs up, and we'll be good. Is that cool? It'll be 30 seconds. Yeah,
that's cool. I've heard the song before, but I'll stay.
Thank you very much. Here you go.
Okay, Weedcap Radio, bong hits and cameos, that's a perfect ratio. Yeah, let's get high and watch a movie, blowing bomb haze. Me and my fiance, Weedcap all day. Let's get high and watch a movie.